What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Blue Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Taco Tuesday. I hope all your taco dreams come true. Actually, I did a shrimp bowl, which is kind of like tacos because it was definitely spicy, had the jalapeno peppers and the salsa and everything on it. Just wasn't on a tortilla shell because I'm back on keto. Anyway, I did a video earlier this evening with my buddy Game Time Brian. Shout out to Game Time Brian. You know, a lot of people, they come on YouTube and they don't necessarily have the success that they're looking for. And YouTube, there's no rhyme or reason, with the exception of you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. There's no gimmicks other than hard work. And that's true not just about YouTube, it's true about anything. It doesn't matter if you clean toilets. If you are the best at cleaning toilets, guaranteed you can have a company that'll be known for cleaning toilets and you can make a fortune doing it. It's just a matter of how you apply yourself. And work makes a difference. Trust me. It doesn't always work out, but I guarantee you if you're putting in the work, because I have the philosophy of you never fail, you only give up. As long as you're trying to succeed, you haven't failed. And that's the truth. And so sometimes things don't start out the way we want them to, or we don't get the success early on, but that means you got to work a little bit harder. And we'll find out if my theory is correct or not, because we can look at a guy like Jalen Tolbert. Jalen Tolbert, there's a great article that just came out in the Dallas Morning News. David Archer, I think it was David Archer, or was it David Moore? Sorry, I think it was David Moore. David Moore was talking about Jalen Tolbert. And this is, you know, God, everything goes back around to Dak. But one advantage and one reason that you may look at and say that Dak Prescott is one of three quarterbacks since 2019 to have 3 seasons with 30 or more touchdown passes. Not Aaron Rodgers. Not anybody else other than Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Dak Prescott. Not Justin Herbert, not Kirk Cousins. Nope, none of those guys. 3 seasons with 30 or more touchdown passes. And one of the reasons that you may look at that and say is because of the extra work that Dak does with his receivers. Jalen Tolbert said, my confidence is through the roof. He said, I have been eating a lot of crawfish, lifting a lot of weights, and spending a hell of a lot of time at Dak Prescott's. You know, Dak will say, hey, come on over, we'll play some video games, they'll run some routes and things, and they'll eat a whole bunch of crawfish because he's, of course, from Louisiana. And so that's where Jalen Tolbert has been a gym rat at Dak Prescott's house. And that's one of those things that maybe people don't realize. See, like Aaron Rodgers, of course, Green Bay Packer, he didn't live in Green Bay. Actually, most of the guys don't live in Green Bay. Season's over, they're out of there. But Aaron Rodgers out in California. Aaron Rodgers didn't like come in for OTAs and things. But you got Dak Prescott, you got most of the guys live there in Dallas, or Dallas Prosper, and they all like to hang out. And Dak Prescott, you know, got the swimming pool, got the football field, got all the games, got this mansion. I'm sure he's got a personal chef and everything else. And, you know, you of course want to hang out there and get better. hang out with your boys, have the camaraderie, work on the roots. And if this team is going to succeed, we have to have the impact of those other players that we haven't had before. See, the Eagles, as good as Howie Roseman is at getting free agents, they don't necessarily get that same impact from the draft, so they're forced to go out and get extra players. Now, when I say things like this, people always get bent out of shape. Well, we got Devontae Smith. Well, part of the reason why Devontae Smith is as good as he is because you got Dallas Goedert, because you got a great offensive line, and because you got A.J. Brown. I don't know that Devontae Smith, as the number one wide receiver, is as effective. Because, see, I can look at a case where we had Michael Irvin, who was the number one guy, and Alvin Harper, who looked like he could be a number one. But what we found out was when he went to Tampa Bay and Washington, and everybody thought he was a number one, he was stealing money. And so, yes, they finally got Devontae Smith. They went through Whiteside, they went through Ragar. What was the other guy? Okay, Regular is what Philly 500 kept calling him in because of Jalen Ragar and I can't remember the other guy. You understand, but you know they've drafted a lot of receivers that didn't pan out. They hit gold when they traded for A.J. Brown. So that's the difference of the Cowboys. The Cowboys, they draft a CeeDee Lamb. They draft a Jake Ferguson to bring him up. They find a Terrence Steele as an undrafted free agent. They get a Dak Prescott in the 4th round. You know, I'm just saying, this is the difference between those guys right there. And having a Dak Prescott who, that little extra work could be the difference between winning and losing and being on the same page. Because a lot of times you look and say, well, damn, that was incredible. And it's because they're familiar with each other and working together. Now, here's my problem right here. Everybody, no matter what, is always so negative that they literally cannot say anything nice about someone. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how much I dislike you or your team. I can recognize when you do things well. I may not want to say it, but I will say and give credit where credit's due. You have to. You can't be constantly just boom, boom, boom. There are some incredible things that Dak Prescott has done. There's some incredible things that Mike McCarthy has done with this team. Because as I look through the last 30 years and looking at Chan Gailey, looking at Bill Parcells, looking at Wade Phillips, looking at Jason Garrett, I know it's not what you want. But bro, we had 3 years in a row of 5-11. We had 3 years in a row of 8-8. Now we got 3 years of 12-5. And you're pissed off? Seriously? As much as you don't want to give credit, Mike McCarthy's done the best job with this team in the last 30 years. Dak Prescott has done the best with this team over the last 30 years. And that's the truth. Am I satisfied? No. But I can at least recognize that as much as y'all say he's a garbage quarterback, chances are he breaks the Dallas Cowboys all-time passing yards record. And if he has an incredible year of 42 TDs, he can pass that record as well. And that just doesn't happen with garbage-ass quarterbacks, y'all. Anyway, my fire is out. I'm tired, boss. I'm real tired. And I'm going to go take a shower. I'm going to crawl up underneath the covers. And I'm going to get up in the morning and pack because I'll be headed to Harrisburg tomorrow for a couple of days to do a little bit of work and needle some Eagle fans. And we might, just might, have something a little extra special to do while we're up there. So, we'll see. Anyway, remember, good people. Remember to tell the people you love how much you love them. Because you might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. And God willing, we'll all be here tomorrow. And please, can y'all try one thing? Can y'all try not to be so negative about everything? Just try it, okay? Peace out.